statistically, often ends up the winner.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, spinning away. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. Schaefer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
What part of it went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. That's caught out left by Perriman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The give is to Jones. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Let's go now. Sonic.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. That is incomplete. Wayne Gallman is running back, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On first down, Schaefer under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
To throw on third down, Schaefer. And he's able to find Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
To throw on second down, Schaefer. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Leonard Floyd coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the gun, Schaefer. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out come the Bucs now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
550.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
On 1st and 10, Schaefer, he'll find Thielen working the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Throwing on first down, Schaefer. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield with you little people.
Good run there. And a short gain down to about the 33. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Jones. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. On first down, Schaefer. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on first. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Schaefer. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Looking to throw. Schaefer. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken at the 37. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the
touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. 56.
The final shot before break. Schaefer. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. Gets past one man. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Off the play fake. Winston. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, Can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
A give to Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Jones. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will make the lead now 26. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Detroit! Gun!
On 1st and 10, Schaefer. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Watch you now, Barney! No, check! Patriot!
They they just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on first down. Schaefer throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw on second down, Schaefer. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Schaefer. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hicks. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, Schaefer. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Bucs want Jones to take this running back job and run with it, literally and figuratively, as he's back there on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Play fake. Winston trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 64 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schaefer. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Justin Evans. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Ready. Blue ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Vinny Curry in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
To throw on 2nd down. Schaefer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schaefer, he's going to let it fly. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Vinny Curry in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal.
Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert.
Now Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that fourth.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the fourth. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation, and he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
They get it to him running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Here's Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's going to go down. His time has now run out on this game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on off.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Get like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet. Saturday, that's just what I said, babe, he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He make sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet. Saturday, that's just what plastic. I said, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday.
Bring out the Brinks truck, I'm young, flying ice up. 100-yard dash, I had to run my price up. Boss your life up, I had to boss mine up. $10,000 outfit, $100 up. Hey, you know these checking for me in the DMs, getting for me. I ain't even took a dollar out my pocket and the still shaking for me. And I'm frosted like Tony in the club with the owner. I can walk on water, pop it like, hey, when you on top, go hate on you, that what they supposed to do. I don't know how to lose. I think the Rari go